What if I told you that the secret to a livelier bedroom was in a summer salad? What up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of Rockin' with Ricky, the show about connecting with your partner physically through food. Tonight, we're gonna be making beans parmesan. Not chicken parmesan, not veal parmesan, beans parmesan. That's right, no meat. And I'm here to tell you that you can have a healthy, protein-filled meal without meat that's delicious and that is guaranteed to get your partner in the mood. We're also going to be serving a peach and burrata summer salad that is to die for. So let's get started. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees. I've already got that going. Next, I'm going to prepare some garlic for mincing, which just means smacking them with a knife and getting the skin off. Look how easily that comes off. All right, we got 6 cloves peeled and ready to go. Next, we're gonna dice up half a yellow onion. Now you guys already know, if you watch the show, that I don't like onions. But honestly, my wife does like onions, and I like seeing my wife naked. Have you guys ever thought about, truly, what turns women on? And compared and contrasted that to, what turns men on, right? All you have to do is look at the types of videos that we watch, right? Women aren't watching videos of men stuck in a dryer, right? Women like men who cook. So why don't more men cook? Well, if you're like me, it just wasn't modeled for me. You know, I never learned anything about being in the kitchen. I grew up in the 80s where, a meal generally consisted of microwave Salisbury steak and a side of Marlboro Reds. Here's the life cycle of a typical relationship, right? You don't know how to cook. You meet a girl, you like her, she likes you, and she does know how to cook and then cooks you a meal to express affection toward you. And then she cooks another one. And then she cooks another one. And for this reason, you never really learn how to cook. Then the years start piling on. And instead of cooking to show you affection, now it's a chore. It's something she has to do every night. Whether she's at home during the day or at work, she has to come home, cook you a meal. That's not sexy. Over time, she starts to wonder how this became her job. And resentment builds up. And nothing kills a lady boner like resentment. Let me tell you. The good news is that you can fix that. Listen, I'm no Hubert Keller. I'm not even a Guy Fieri. I barely know how to get around this kitchen. But I can put together a meal because it's something that I invested time into learning. And as a result, the levels of intimacy in my relationship have gone up dramatically. And I'll tell you right now, it's not because my food is so great that she just can't keep her pants on. Although that's true. It's because I'm taking something off her plate and I'm showing effort where I previously hadn't shown effort before. Not like I'm some deadbeat husband who doesn't do laundry, doesn't clean, doesn't fix things around the house. I'm quite handy. But it's advisable to take something that she thinks is a chore, because I've made it a chore for her, and turn it into an opportunity to do something sexy for my wife. And you can learn this skill. Just follow along, cook the recipes, and I'll tell you right now, do it once a week. You will see a dramatic shift in the way that your wife or girlfriend or partner relates to you. Honestly, you can tell by the way I cut veg that I'm no pro. I'm not out here having all kinds of skill. I'm just haphazardly cutting this shit into smaller and smaller pieces. I'm barely not cutting my finger off. So if I can do it, you can do it. We got this onion popping. Garlic's ready to mince. For the next part, you're gonna wanna take a skillet, okay? Something that you can put in the oven afterward, because first we're gonna use it on the stovetop, then we're gonna use it on the oven. I'm gonna heat up about a 1/4 cup of oil, and then I'm gonna start adding the ingredients, but let me bring you over here with me. All right, we're gonna heat up a 1/4 cup of oil. And we're gonna pop those onions in there. And we're just gonna soften these up. Next, we're gonna add a good pinch of salt and some black pepper grinds. Then we're gonna press this garlic in. When the house starts smelling like this, you're gonna have to bust out the rubber sheets. It's gonna be a ditty party. You can get rubber sheets on Amazon. My wife swears that this is alphabetical, but like, I don't even see how that's possible. We're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. And we're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You guys already know I've got in trouble over buying extra red pepper flakes when we already have some, but we'll cook that for just about a minute, just till it starts to get fragrant. This is already looking good. Then you're gonna wanna take a whole 28-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes and dump everything in, including the juices. Stir this up. We're gonna bring this to a simmer and then cook it for about 6 to 8 minutes. All right, once it starts bubbling and simmering a little bit, we're gonna set a timer for 6 minutes. We'll check on it. Alexa, set a sexy timer for 6 minutes. While that's cooking, we're gonna take a cup of panko breadcrumbs. We're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a couple cracks of pepper. We'll do 1/3 cup of Parmesan. We'll go 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And we're just gonna stir that up. I'm not forking around. I'll be forking later. We'll just set this off to the side. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and open 2 15.5-ounce cans of cannellini beans. And let's strain these cannellini beans. Let's pop these cannellini beans in. And we're gonna add another 1/4 cup of Parmesan. We're gonna let those beans soften up. You know what I mean about women like men who cook? It's like, remember that dude, Salt Bae? First of all he was doing was sprinkling salt off his elbow onto the food, which isn't sanitary. Second of all, he was just doing it over normal ass steaks. And third of all, women were throwing their panties at this dude for cooking fucking steak. So if you need any more evidence-based science about like why you should be learning how to cook, that's all you need right there. Now we're just gonna top this with mozzarella and the breadcrumbs, and then we're gonna drop it in the oven. We're gonna cook that for another 15 minutes. While we're cooking it, I'll take you over here. We'll make our summer salad. That's the real leg spreader. And we're gonna get this meal off and popping. So for the cheese, you just wanna cover the entire top edge to edge. We're gonna use a full 8 ounces. Then we're gonna take our breadcrumbs, dust the entire top. Next, we're gonna transfer this whole thing into our preheated oven that we preheated at 450. We'll cook that for 15 minutes. We'll go make this salad. All right, y'all, now we gotta get this summer salad popping. I highly recommend, because we're gonna make our dressing, you guys get one of these salad dressing receptacles. I don't know what you call it. I'm going to start off with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. This is the salad lubricant. I know, I could buy dressing, you know. Probably nobody would know the difference, but it's not that much harder to just make the dressing. So we put 2 cloves of garlic in there. I'm gonna do a small amount of honey. We'll go 2½ tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. We'll go a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm the only motherfucker allowed to throw salt in my kitchen. Put the top on, shake that bad boy up, and that's your balsamic vinegar right there. Bam. Set that off to the side. Get a salad bowl. Pre-washed baby spinach. Now here's the secret, right? You got baby spinach, you grab some kitchen shears, trim it up. Just like you're gonna roll a joint with it later. Avocado, cut it like graph paper. You know what I'm saying? Squeeze it into the salad. Here's the fun part. Peaches, we're gonna dice these up. You guys ever been out to dinner with your girl and she's like, you want to split a salad? A salad? You're like, yeah, but you want like a Caesar salad or like a spinach salad or a kale salad, and she wants like the weird one with strawberries and goat cheese or whatever. Like, it's actually really good. So bonus points for this move. I'm telling you right now, guys, I promise you, learn to do this and you will unlock the key to your wife's pants. And honestly, even if you don't, you're gonna eat some really good meals. Hamburger is my favorite food. If someone was like, if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Like, I would pick a hamburger, no question. But like, there's also really good meals out there. Like, who would have thought, and listen, I'm not a vegan, okay? Who would have thought my dinner tonight that I chose to make would be a meatless meal with just beans and then a fruity salad? Not me, that's for sure. You get a couple of these. They look stupid, but they're actually really useful. Just kind of toss the salad. I'm like, look, that's low-hanging fruit. I'm not gonna go there. I mean, I will probably go there later, but I'm not gonna go there right now. Like in terms of making a joke, because that's beneath me. She's gonna be beneath me. Chopped walnuts. Here's the part where we get really silly. Burrata. Okay, listen, women love burrata. I think they just like to say it. I'll have the burrata salad. A healthy chunk of burrata. And just peel that off into the salad. To be fair, there is something very sensual about wet cheeses. I don't know what it is. Let's pull out our skillet. Look at that. See that? Incredible. Give it a nice sensual drizzle of some of this homemade balsamic vinaigrette. That's what I'm talking about. This is sex in 2 bowls. I see you've already started undressing in preparation for the post-meal coitus.
I don't know if workout gear counts, but this looks delicious. And is this lasagna? What is it?
Try it.
Is there shrimps in there?
There's not.
Is that
It's vegetarian.
oh, it's beans. It's really hot. It's really good.
Don't burn that mouth. You're going to need it.
Oh, wow. All right, round 2. Is that burrata? That's delightful.
Delightful, right? Mm-hmm. With the homemade balsamic vinaigrette.
Good job, babe. I mean, it's like kind of healthy, you know?
That's totally healthy.
It's not healthy.
Yeah, it is. It's beans.
It's covered in cheese.
It's cheesy beans. And that, y'all, is another episode of Rockin' with Ricky. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next week.